to be this #1 seed in this tournament. South Carolina and Texas share the SEC regular season championship, but there can only be one #1 seed. You take a look at SEC's tie-breaking procedures. We are down to C after each Texas and South Carolina have a win and a loss against each other. You look at the results of the two teams versus the highest seed and proceeding through the lowest seed. We are now at the coin flip as we're joined by SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey. Commish, how did we get here to this coin flip?
Great basketball and two great teams that are champions of the Southeastern Conference. That's what's happened this season. You know, we have 8 sports that have a coin flip at the end of some tie-breaking order, and each year in our coaches' meetings and even with our athletics directors, we'll go over our procedures, and we haven't built any more than the 3 you just showed. So here we are for the flip of a coin to determine our seeding.
Commissioner, the fact that we're even having a coin toss to determine who's going to be the #1 seed, I think speaks to just how deep and the quality of this conference. How do you see that going to play out in Greenville, South Carolina at the tournament?
Well, I would expect what we've seen today, you know, close games, an upset or two, teams that are right on that cut line, that borderline, or inside the bubble or outside the bubble, know they have another opportunity against the highest level of competition to show themselves in front of the selection committee. And we've had outstanding ticket sales. Our hosts in Greenville have been great hosts over the years. It's a wonderful city, and hopefully we can continue to build the following around our women's basketball tournament.
All right, Commish, everyone's yelling at their TV saying, stop talking, get on with it. So I'll turn it over to you. Flip the coin and tell us who that #1 seed is going to be next week.
Okay, here we go.
Let's see who's going to be #1 seed is.
And it will be
South Carolina.
This will be the 2 seed. We are expecting big
Now,
things from
South
both
Carolina will
of
be
those
#1
programs
seed,
as
and
we
Texas
get
will be
closer to the
#2 seed.
postseason.
So
Commish,
that
thank
means
you so
South
much.
Carolina awarded
Just
#1
a
seed in the
quick
SEC
minute
women's
to
basketball
that's a
tournament.
solid point.
So,
Before we let you go, please tell everyone at home how much you
Execution under
practiced.
pressure.
Yes. How much did you practice?
Execution under pressure. Yeah, I've been here for 2 hours.
yeah, I was just
Practice.
so killing with this ribs,
Things
man.
happen
I
with
was just
purpose
like,
here, so we executed
crazy.
well.
Absolutely. Well, Commish, enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
And,
we'll see you next week in Greenville.
and we will see him in Greensville.
We have a bracket. Okay.
All right, we have a
South
bracket, but
Carolina locked in as your #1
so
seed
South Carolina will be
after
#1
toss
seed.
to determine
Kentucky is the #4.
Texas
LSU
in
is #3. Texas
co-champions
--
of the
And
SEC
all
regular
these
season.
teams,
It
well,
wouldn't
we only
necessarily
got
be a surprise, Stephanie, if
15.
they beat each other again
No, I'm sorry, we
in
got
a championship
16.
or high-octane game.
We got 16 teams. 16.
I'm just so curious how the rest of this
I thought so.
the day shakes
All right,
out.
now I'm
The
just
final 1 through
really
16, and
going
like I've been kind of
to
saying the last
me.
few weeks is the fact that we're going to have an NCAA tournament team playing on the very first day. I mean, that's the expansion of the conference and the quality of the teams. I get to call one of those games, so I'm low key
you're
excited.
excited about it.
Low key excited, but I just think
I don't know.
it's exciting. I'm sure Gamecock fans feel pretty
I
good.
think if we can hear them from Columbia up here in the Charlotte studios. Those are the seeds, though, that are locked in, and we have a couple more that are locked in. Not the entire bracket, though. We will be here with you later on
Well,
tonight.
practice
on
this
SEC
makes
Now
perfect, you
to
know.
show you what
It's
the
what I'm telling
entire
you.
bracket looks like once we complete the day of games. What does it mean for Texas, though, to be a 2 seed in this tournament, co-champs of the SEC?
Well, they fought their way to the #1 ranking in the country. So to them, you know, you're co-champions of this conference of the
Something
regular
good.
season. You know, I think that they were prepared either way. And I think that's something that Dick Schaefer really likes about his team is this team's resiliency and their toughness. 1 or 2, doesn't matter to them. He's been at this with Don Staley in the championship at the SEC tournament. So I'm sure he wants to just get back to that championship.
And we will catch up with him later tonight on SEC Now, a little preview of that conversation where he talked about how hard it is to win in this league, but how prepared him and this group were to come in and be competitors. They very much have been. Before we completely move on, LSU against Ole Miss. We knew this would be
So Texas is the #2 seed.
Important game as well. What have you seen?
It's #2 seed.
Lisa Morrow has been shot out of a cannon and, you know, playing, well, not